What's good, everybody? As you can see, it is now February, Black History Month, the shortest and the coldest month of the year. Why am I talking about Black History Month? Well, if you haven't figured that out, I am African American, black, whatever you want to call it. And I have a 7-year-old son that told me this type of stuff that they were going to be going over during Black History Month. And he's 7 years old. He's only in 2nd grade. But I feel like a lot of the stuff that we were misled when I was a child, you would think that they would be better informed, as time went on. But apparently it's just still not working that way. Why? Because they're teaching them the same stuff, the same nonsense that I was taught as a child. And in a nutshell, this is pretty much what they're being taught. Same thing what I was being taught. And it goes like this: beginning of time, dinosaurs, cavemen, yada yada yada. Some time go by, next thing you know it's ancient Egypt. They don't really get into much of that. Cleopatra, King Tut, or what have you. And they teach you about over in the UK or whatever, Henry VIII and all that stuff. But let's go back real quick. Ancient Egypt, those were dark people. So at some point, dark people were kings and queens. They were royalty. But I'm gonna keep going. Then they go forward. We'll go to Mr. Christopher. No. Yeah, Mr. Christopher Columbus, who I'm gonna use the quote fingers, discovered America. And what's crazy is it's hard to believe that we got a holiday after this dude. Because how can you discover something that was already occupied? Crazy, isn't it? We already had people that were living here when he discovered America. And they don't tell you all that stuff. They just say he was looking for spices and then he discovered America. They don't tell you that it was people already here. They don't tell you that stuff. They don't tell you that they robbed, murdered, raped, the people that were already here. They don't teach you that stuff. My thing is, it's time for these kids to know what's going on. Everybody should know what's going on. But they don't. They don't. And then we go to George Washington, Mr. Chop Down the Cherry Tree, and all of that stuff, and the greatest president of all time, and all of that. They don't tell a lot of his dark secrets. Go to Lincoln. Oh my God, Abraham Lincoln, who freed the slaves. But what they don't tell you is Abraham Lincoln had slaves as well. They don't teach you that, though. They don't teach you that. No, they don't. They don't teach you that. So, and then let's go to Thanksgiving, because somewhere along the line we talk about how Thanksgiving was first celebrated. Like everything was so hunky-dory and peachy keen with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans, what they call Indians. They don't tell you that they got them all liquored up, intoxicated, murdered, raped the women, and all that stuff. And basically the same thing is like with the Christopher Columbus stuff. They don't teach you that. That's another thing that they don't teach you. They don't teach you that stuff. And I got a couple Native American homies that, what they call Thanksgiving? And they joke about it, but you could tell, they still kind of, it would upset you. It should upset you. They call it Invasion Day. That's crazy. I mean, it would be funny if it wasn't so sad. So they jump way past that. Start talking about the Great Depression, blah blah blah. Then they get into only thing they really start teaching you about is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And they don't tell you everything. They just tell you what they want you to know. They tell you like on a need to know basis. And for the most part, what you need to know is you don't need to know everything. So that's how that whole thing goes. I mean, a lot of people that were also instrumental in the civil rights movement, they don't talk about, they don't talk about a lot of other people. They don't talk about Malcolm X. Why? Because he was a threat. They don't talk about Medgar Evers. They don't even talk about Huey Newton, the Black Panthers, that whole movement that was, you know, against racism, and they were for defending themselves against racist police officers and stuff. Like, they don't teach you all of that stuff. And I know I'm gonna piss a few people off with this, and that's not some hate-filled racist rant or something like that. That's not what it is. My thing is, like I said, if you have children like I do, you want them to know everything. You want them to know what they need to know, because what's going to happen, they're going to get in their 20s and they're not going to know shit. They ain't going to know nothing. Just like a lot of people out here right now don't know anything. A lot of people didn't even get off their ass and start voting until Barack Obama got in the office. That's all they know. You know what I mean? It's so much more to black history than what's being taught in the schools. And you shouldn't have to be in college to take some type of, black history, African American history class or course or whatever to know what was really going on then, so you can better understand what's really going on now. Because everybody is not going to go to college. Everybody can't afford to go to college. That's all I'm saying. So, on that note, I don't really know what else to say, man, because it's still the same old song and dance, same old dog and pony show. It's not being taught right. The stuff we are being taught, or the kids now are being taught, it is not history. It is his story. Get informed, y'all. I'm out.